Read this morning, we all know that Germany has finally agreed not to move forward with the Nord Stream. That's such a big thing to cut off Russia that way. This morning, I read about the Germans also have agreed, and most of NATO allies have agreed, that they're going to increase their defense budgets to 2% of their overall budget. We've been trying to get them to do that for decades. That's a major accomplishment that we're doing it unified together. Yeah. Here in the United States, we have to work together. Democrats and Republicans, everybody's so fractured these days. People have got to stand together. We have to go back to the old idea that partisanship stops at the water's edge. We have to be united on our foreign policy to make sure that, number one, we get Wall Street and the what they call the SWIFT Act. I don't know if people are following this, but we have to cut off. We have to cut off all financial access of the Russian government. We have to make sure that they feel this. We have to get the Wall Street guys to be helping us. We have to get everyone to be helping. We have to embargo their oil. We can't be buying their oil here in the United States of America. Never. We can't let it happen. Never. NATO is in trouble because they depend on them so much. So we have to figure out how to overcome that. But we have to stay united here in our country and united with our allies and all freedom-loving people throughout the world. We have to stick together. There's a long history of this property here. Father Basil, who I know back from the 1990s, we used to have picnics down on his properties. But my father was the mayor of Glen Cove when Khrushchev came to the United States and banged his shoe on the podium. And he held a press conference right here at this spot. And we say that my father came and told him to break up the traffic because he was holding up the traffic of the press conference. But there have been protests in this exact spot against the Soviets, fighting on behalf of Soviet Jewry. People united together. And then I was fortunate enough to be the mayor when they opened up these gates and they let us inside. We had Glen Cove celebrations in here during Glasnost when Gorbachev was here. Sergei Lavrov was the UN ambassador to the United Nations at the time. He hosted us for parties here. And now we're going back to the bad old days of this lying, hateful, manipulative man that thinks he can use violence to have his will. We must have faith that if we stick with our values, if we stay united, if we continue to fight for peace and democracy, and we can get other people to join us in this cause, not only in the United States of America, but across the world, we will win this fight. We have to continue to pray for the Ukrainian people.